morning, my brothers and sisters. In this Gospel's reading, when Jesus looked about upon the crowd, he looks at all of them and he says they're like harassed. They're dejected. They're like a sheep without a shepherd. He sees that they all have various needs. Physical, spiritual, emotional, mental, they got everything. He says, I'm all scattered around. And of course, we can all identify those same moments. We know people that have the closest claim of love in our own lives. They feel harassed. They feel like outcasts. We feel that we're dejected in so many ways. Yeah, we could so easily feel like outsiders. Jesus looks upon that whole crowd and says, they all feel like outsiders. Yeah, that's exactly the people God's love is pointed to. We all feel like outsiders. And according to the gospel, when Jesus looks upon that crowd, it touches him deeply. He's not about those that have no sin. He's not about the rich and the powerful. No. That's not what catches him. His heart is to those that feel that they're outsiders. That's where his heart goes to. He has compassion for them. He loves them. And what does he do? And that's why in these earlier readings, sometimes God waits in his own good time. We just had that yesterday with the blind men. In this instance, no. He immediately goes out and responds to the crowd's need. He responds to their vulnerability. And even to do this, he sees there's a big crowd. What does he do in the midst of it? He chooses others. He chooses 12 from this great list of men, women, and children of his disciples. And he says, you have to share in this in a very special way. And he even calls the disciples, you have to share in this. It's not just me. One day it's going to be me through you. So he's doing a prefiguration of this. He says, get out there. We need workers for the harvest. We need more laborers for the harvest. Because we want the harvest. The harvest is about life. It's about food. It's about getting us another day in life-giving love. We need a harvest. And Jesus knew that the need through all time until he comes again was going to be greater than he could just do it on his own. He could just have snapped his fingers and everything would have been perfect. But that wouldn't be true conversion. He wants us to share in that dignity. What a gift. He wants us to share in it. And just as the Lord, in his compassion, responds so intimately whenever we feel harassed and dejected, he'll always find a way to touch our lives if we open it to his healing presence. Sometimes it comes very directly at prayer. Other times it may come through someone else who accepted to be a laborer in God's harvest. In the language of today's reading, the Lord always stands ready, always is ready to dress the brokenhearted, and he binds up all their wounds. The Lord comes to each of us in our need. He comes to each of us in our vulnerability. He comes to each of us and invites us to be laborers in his harvest. God asks us to be God's agent. There's no greater gift. In these early weeks of Advent, how can we be channels of that presence to those who feel dejected, those who feel harassed, those who feel separate? Perhaps, my brother and sister, they may be amongst those who have the closest claim on our love. Before we change the world, who are those amongst us that need God's healing presence, that need God to be a shepherd for them through us today? Blessed Advent. Good to be with you.